Hi there, I'm Jonathan, and welcome to my channel, Jonathan's Diamond Painting and Stuff. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're coming back to me, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you here today. So today is my WIP and chat, and actually I did something a bit new this week. My little Facebook group has been doing a lot better recently, and people are really starting to chat on it, and which is lovely, and I absolutely love the community that I've been creating through it. So if you're interested, please follow the website just popping up on the screen now, and I'll pop it in the details link below. But yeah, that's just where I do my latest announcements. I announce all my latest info about my products, like my tramats that I've been developing, and people can just post their project progress, and it just gives me a chance to engage with you, my subscribers, in a much more intimate level than YouTube allows. I'm really loving that. So I just did a little poll because I thought I kind of want to do a whip and chat this week, but if people wanted something else, I would have done an unboxing, and so I just did a little poll, and I was overwhelmed at how much of the majority actually love my whip and chats, and I know whip and chats are like they're a labour of love to me. I do them for you, the subscribers, because you love them, but they don't get the numbers that my unboxings get. But I do it for you, and I don't do it for the big picture numbers. I mean, numbers are nice, but it's not everything, So I love the fact that I'm connecting with so many of you, and I've loved making connections with all of you over the past few months, and it's just been so wonderful, and it's just really helped with my mental health on a level I never thought was possible. So just thank you to all of you for getting me through this really hard period in my life. Okay, so I'm going to be whipping now. I'm going to be working on my solar system, as you know I've been working on. I will do a little I'll do a little pan in a second, just so you know that it'll be just off my progress today as well, probably, because I've not hung it up yet, and I'm not going to take it up just to do that. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with how things are going. I'm still loving this kit, but I've been finding it difficult to be a bit as motivated as I wanted to be this week, so I'm hoping this weekend I'll get quite some progress done. But it's getting towards the end, so yeah, absolutely still loving it. But yeah, so I'll just do that pan now, and I'll chat to you a little bit in a second. Okay, before I start, let's just have a quick overview of the last few days, or last week or so. So I've been filling in as what most of you must know is Jupiter. And I just love all these little details, you've got that kind of, that storm, sort of red stormy thing that's on the surface of Jupiter here, and yeah, and it's just a very complex planet, a lot of gases, a lot of stuff going on the surface, totally uninhabitable, of course. I don't even think we could ever land a craft here. You know, it's that volatile a planet, but it's just so interesting to see all these details come in the pixelation of the image, you know, with all these different colours. And so it's still a lot of blocking, but I don't know why I've been so slow recently, but I think it's probably just my obsession with Twin Peaks, which I might talk to in a bit, but yeah, because I just like watching stuff at the moment, not listening to stuff, and of course watching stuff I get so much slower, you know, than I was. You know, so yeah, so I've just been doing that. I've just going on to this section, which is the bottom section of the sun. I'll just take this out of the way so you can see the rest of the sun. I've shown you this already, just so you can see. And another like nebula or galaxy of some kind there. And I think this might be Mars here, actually, and there's lots of asteroids, so this bottom bit is actually quite interesting to do. Okay, and as you can see, there's one of my tram mats on here. These are what I call my drill tray mats, and this one is a lovely space design. I do have a couple left of the fabric for this, so I can make 2 more of these, but once I make those 2, that'll be it, you know. So if you are interested, please, like I said, join my Facebook group, and there's details on the posts there. I've pinned all the posts to the top of the group, you know, on how to order those. And actually, I've had a bit of a spate of them recently, which I'll talk about in a little while. But yeah, so that's going quite well. Okay, so sometimes it amazes how slow I am, you know, but I've managed to do quite a bit of this square. I'm just going to fill in this top section of the sun now, and if I do that, I will move the camera to lower down so you can see. Okay. Working my Admiral's S tray, the gold one from my Advent kit, and my narrow Bijou Bliss tray. Which I did the unboxing of recently. I've got my lovely wooden pen from Jay's Handturned Gifts, and I've actually just ordered another one of these. One of my subscribers, he buys a lot of stuff I recommend, and he loved the wooden pens as well, and he bought a Kingswood one, and I thought that looked beautiful wood. It's like a nice brown wood with a nice grain, and so I ordered that yesterday, and believe it or not, I got a message from I think it might be his partner or his wife who manages the messaging. She messaged me and just said, "Oh yeah, it's just turned and on its way, and it'd been shipped today." So I couldn't believe the turnaround on that. A day to get that done and out for me. So that's just amazing service, and they're in the UK, so it's just really quick for me. And I just thought I'm gonna maybe buy a pen a month, you know, and build up my wooden collection that way, because I want to be careful with my money. I don't want to, you know, spend all of my money on one thing, and I'm just trying to be a bit more careful about budgeting, you know, because I want to kind of like continue buying some Lego, and I've just discovered something about that, which I will talk about in a bit. So yeah, you know, it's just being careful. I'm thinking about managing my money, maybe getting some software just to make sure I'm budgeting properly, because I don't always think when I buy something, and you know, I just I want to make sure, you know, that I'm just being careful and not paying for silly things that I don't need, you know. And actually, I had a no buy in January, and after having bought all the Christmas presents and everything, just wanted to have a bit of a no buy, and that was really good for me, actually, because it made me really think hard and consider whether I actually needed something. And the things that I need, well, the things that I want, I would write down in a little list, and then at the end of the month, I can decide whether I actually need that thing or not, you know. So yeah. And it's like, as much as I'd love some more Bijou Bliss trays, I don't actually need them, at the moment, because I think I want to buy some smaller ones, because I'd love a Bijou Bliss to take the function of this tray, even though my Admiral Zest trays are lovely. I like the functionality of the lid and the stopper and everything. And I really want some of the trash trays from Bijou Bliss, because I think they're really functional. You know, with the lids and everything, that would just be amazing to just be able to chuck my drills away that bit more easily. But sorry, I'm just getting rid of some trash drills. Actually, I just realised something. This is I've got quite a bit of blocking with this, so I'm just going to pour these into my Bijou Bliss tray. Silly mate. Just pour more of that in. There we go. Just love chucking them in. I'm just giving them a good shaky, shaky, shaky. Okay, so I'll start off with the thing that I'm sure most of you are burning to know about, which is my my work and how that's been going with my return to the world of work. You know, so as you know, the last time I spoke to you, I hadn't quite gone clinical yet. You know, so as you know, and if you don't know, I'm a community nurse, so. That is, we go into people's own homes, and then we do a range of things like doing wound care, palliative care for people that are in the last months, days, weeks of life, and giving them drugs that they need and all sorts. We also do leg dressings. We do we put catheters in, which is a device, you know, just to drain your urine. You know, if you can't go to the toilet and way, just a range of things really. Just that for people that are ill and people that can't leave their own homes. So it's a rewarding job, but it's not without its stresses. And but yeah, so last week I was kind of in the I'd still like kind of just gone just been doing training. You know, so online training, because I needed to get up to date, and often when people go off on long-term sick, they get you to do the training when you come back, you know, so you're up to date, you know, because you don't always have a good opportunity to catch up with these things. So it's a really good opportunity to do that. So by the end of that, though, I was so mind-numbingly bored that I just wanted to get out again, and my boss, well, my line manager was coming back. I was like working the Wednesday, Thursday of the second week, because he was on annual leave on my first week back, and he was clinical, like, so going out to see patients on the next day. On the Friday, I think. So I just I said, "Oh, can I come out with you?" You know, because he'd planned to have a meeting with me, and if I had more training to do, I could have carried on. But I really didn't. I think I'd done most of it by that point. Yeah. So he just yeah. So I went out with him, and it was really nice, actually. I mean, the first patient we had was a lady that I've known for years, one of my regulars, and they were very, very welcoming. It was actually lovely just to go back to someone that I knew so well, you know. And actually, as we went round, there quite a few of my regulars that are still on the caseload. You know, of course, lots of things have changed, that we have had patients pass away, that in my 6 months that I've been there. But yeah, and I was picking things up like I didn't think I could. I mean, we have like a type of bandaging in community called compression bandaging, and that is like a highly skilled procedure where you need specialist training to do, because if you do it wrong, you could end up cutting off the circulation of someone's leg and someone could lose their leg. That's how important it is to get it right. So you have to apply this bandaging at a certain level of tightness, and you just got to be very careful about how you do it. And you need to make sure that the patient you're putting into compression has had what we call a Doppler. And that is what we did that day, actually. We had a patient and we needed to do a Doppler, and yeah, it was really good experience, actually. I managed to work alongside one of my other colleagues who wanted the experience of a Doppler, and we did this leg circulation test, and then we got the patient into compression, and I was able to do compression again. And my line manager kept saying to me, "You okay, Jonathan? You're okay to do this and everything?" And yeah, I was actually, and I quite enjoyed it. Getting back into it and realizing that I could still do these things that I was doing 6 months ago, because we all know how difficult it is sometimes getting back in the groove even after a 2 week holiday, you know, let alone a massive 6 months off. So yes, so I was quite pleased. I did a few dressings that day, and just generally got back into it, really. And so it was a very, very lovely day and it's just so nice going around with my line manager, and we get on so well, and I've known him for about 5 or 6, almost 6 years now. I think I've been in that job. So yeah, and it's just such a supportive environment. I mean, I'll just touch on it now. I mean, I've touched on before on my RSD, my rejection sensitive dysphoria. That is like my ADHD. Well, my suspected ADHD, because I've not actually been diagnosed yet, but I highly suspect I have it. It means that you just take things to heart really easily, and yeah, and it's quite difficult. And throughout my life, I've had situations where I've said the wrong thing, and regretted it, and it's very difficult, sometimes how that can go, and I've yeah, and but my work has just been amazing with it. And sometimes I've said something that I thought, oh my god, have they upset them what I said? And then I'm texting them or ringing them later just to make sure I haven't upset the person, and I never have. But and they know now, and I've talked to them, and I've just like been really honest. I was just like saying, if I do say something like this, please talk to me, let me know so I know, and they know now, sometimes when I say something, that's jokey or something, and they say, "Oh, you'll be ringing me later, Jonathan, to check you haven't upset me," so they all know. And just to highlight, really, the importance of having that safe environment, really, is particularly where you work, because we do such a difficult job, and so to be able to know that I've got that place where everyone has my back, and is very supportive and knows me, it's just means the world to me, really, But anyway, yeah, so that was that day, and then I've been going out with my other colleagues every day this week, which, well, apart from today actually, but I'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, so every I think on Wednesday and Thursday this week, I went out with different colleagues, and that's been absolutely lovely. And I think on Wednesday, I kind of let the nurse that I went out with take the lead, but then Thursday, I was out with a support worker, and although I let her do a lot, I actually did a lot of the wound care, and I found myself slipping back into my role quite easily. I mean, when I went to we went to a care home that's on our books, and it was really nice actually. All the staff at the care home um, loved seeing me again, and it was nice, just a nice feeling, when you respected in that way, I guess, and when someone's missed you, and when 6 months have gone by and lots of things have changed. I mean, a lot of the patients were obviously different, and but some of them were the same, and then there were some people from their own homes that were now in a care home, that I recognised. So I'm just thinking, it's just you think, when you've had this experience of the community and you get to know people, you get to know your community, and you get to know the people in it, it's lovely to suddenly see someone but and see how they're doing, But anyway, yeah, but I slipped back into my role quite easily. There were situations where I needed to get patients reviewed by doctors and everything, and I was advising senior carers to ring GPs and ask the things and everything, and that yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I felt I was quite good actually, and yeah, and feel like I do have confidence about my own abilities. I'm not overconfident in what I can do, but I do know that I am good at what I do, and it's been taking me almost all my adult life to realise that, to realise that what I do is good, and I should be proud of it. I guess it's just, I just feel like, I guess that I don't have if I have that belief in myself, if I'm too confident, then that leads to cockiness, and I'll make mistakes and everything. And I have made mistakes, and they do knock you back, but I'm always own up to them straight away, and I've always learned from them, so I just guess it's having that, just building on that confidence as much as I can, as much as it will allow me. And my colleague that I went out with on Thursday did actually say, if you ever have any doubts in yourself, Jonathan, don't, because you were fantastic today. And that felt absolutely wonderful. And I did say to her, thank you for saying it. It's wonderful. I know I'm good, but it's hard when everything gets so overwhelming, So, yeah, so I was just over the moon with all of that. But yeah, so we even had a patient in the care home that actually became quite unwell, and we had to get the ambulance to. I was kind of in charge, and of the situation, and just doing the patient's observations and everything, and making sure the carers are supported with everything they need. And I mean, I struggle in a hospital environment when that happens, because in a hospital environment everyone wants to be a hero, and I just usually get out the way, because I can't take that kind of environment, where lots of people are just trying to get in there and do, and that's not for the patient. That's just for the patient. That's not good for the patient, where everyone is just trying to have that heroic complex, and not everyone has that confidence to, just put themselves out there, you know, in that situation, you know, even though you're trying your best and you think you're doing okay, lots of other people just try and get in there and do, you know, whatever they want to do. You know, it can be difficult sometimes. So, you know, so actually in the care home, everything was chilled, and yeah, I was much happier there, you know. And then the paramedics came, and I was able to feed back to them what had happened, and they took over from there. So, and we moved on. But yeah, and then today I had my very first day where I actually went out on my own and did a few patients on my own. Now, I was going to go out with one of my team members again, but she'd been going out with different like student nurses and all sorts every single day of the week, and she just wanted a bit of the breather, which I completely get, you know, because sometimes we just want, you know, a day where we can just be ourselves and not have to entertain somebody else in their car. You know, we're lone workers and we get used to that sometimes, and that's absolutely fine. And I probably feel very, very similarly, to be honest. It can be quite difficult when you have to continuously show people things or, you know, be there for other people. So I totally got that. So I said I'll take some diabetics in the morning, and then which are like basic patients often. Usually things don't go wrong, and then after that I would see if there was any training I needed to catch up on the computer and everything. So yeah, so I did some diabetics, and I'm obviously a bit out of practice because well, for one thing, I've lost my glucometer, which is the machine that we use to take patients' blood sugars with, you know, for our diabetic patients, and no idea what's happened to it. And so I had to go and get the emergency glucometer from the office, so that was an extra trip I didn't need. And yeah, but once I did that, I plodded through them all, and I got them all done, you know, and it was nice to, you know, just be myself and just do things at my own pace. And yeah, I'm just prove I could do it, I guess. But I just did highlight to me how out of practice I am, you know, because I think it wasn't until about 11 that I was totally free again. I mean, some of that was travelling to and from the office, but yeah, I was just totally out of practice. So, but it's fine, you know, this is why I have like a phased return, you know, over several weeks, you know, just to get back into things again. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm just enjoying getting back into the flow, I guess, you know. But yeah, so I'm just appreciating this time, I guess, before things get really overwhelming again. I'm just hoping with all the things I put in place, like reducing my hours, my days, setting the days, sorry, I should be able to, I can do this, you know. But I do feel more positively about it than I have for a long time. I'm still like, oh, do I, what if it doesn't work? You know, and what if I do need to consider a career change? And I've always felt that I just don't, at this stage in my life, I don't really know if I have the emotional energy to retrain or to do something else. I did consider whether I could do like some medical secretary route or something and use the skills I have, but maybe just learn some admin skills, do some basic admin courses and get into that. But I'm not. Oh, sorry, I just realised I've not moved the camera, have I? Do apologise. Yeah, but the thing is, with any retraining, I'd have to go back to square one, and I'd probably have to go back full time. And at the moment, I've got quite a nice setup. You know, I've got enough days of where I can do my own thing. I can make my tram arts, do some sewing, so it's sell on the side. I can do my diamond painting. I can do my YouTubing, and do a lot of these things that I enjoy. I can write my novel, so it's like, I don't really want to give all of that up, because if I retrained, I'd have to make time for my new job, and I just don't know whether I could cope with that or not. Given that at the moment I do have quite a good life, really, so, and it's taken me years to get to that position, I guess, having a job that, and I do enjoy the job, it's just that overwhelming nature of it, so, and I just considering, if I want at this stage in my life, I've got about 20 years of a career left, do I want to retrain or not, really? So it's just one of those things, isn't it? But I'm happy at the moment, and I'm actually hopeful for the future of my job, and that maybe I can do this, so, but only time will tell whether that stays, so, but yeah, anyway, but I will certainly keep you posted about how the developments in my job are going. I'm giving you as much detail as I can, really. I can't give too much details, because obviously it's confidential. I can't, talk directly about my patients. I'm trying to talk as anecdotally as I can, but yeah, so it's just to respect their right for privacy and their right for their own confidentiality, so, but yeah, but I will keep you posted on how that's all going. Okay, so I guess there was a few things in my intro that I was touching on. Just trying to think what they were now. My brain is like a sieve at the moment. Oh, idiot, I didn't put my lid on, and so my drills have just gone everywhere. Nice one, Jonathan. So one of the things I touched on is I really want to get back into my Lego building again. So I really, really love Lego. And before diamond painting, that was one of my main hobbies. But Lego is a very, very expensive hobby. So, yeah, it's a very expensive hobby. So I try not to spend too much money on it. I know some people spend a lot of money on Lego, but like diamond painting, it's a bit addictive, when you collect, Lego and everything. But this year, I'm very, very pleased because, as you know, I love things like medieval castles and fantasy things and everything. And the castle theme in Lego came back a couple of years ago because they resurrected the theme for the 18 plus age group, and because that's been really, really hitting off in recent years, and they did a really complex adult castle, which I might try and show you a picture. And it was amazing, and I absolutely loved building it. It was such a complex build, and from that, I was really, really hoping they'd resurrect the theme and bring more sets out, and they are doing this year. And actually, I think there was a huge, unfortunate leak for Lego, which leaked a lot of their plans for the medieval series, which is taking part of it in the next year. But I'm not going to say much more about that, other than that there is a planned release for a medieval village layout, which is hopefully coming out on the 3rd of March, and I'm really looking forward to that. And now I've learnt that there's possibly more medieval stuff happening over the next year. I'm thinking of holding my plans for now about what I'd possibly buy, you know, Lego wise. But I do actually have some a few Lego builds I haven't built yet, so I might do some unboxing Lego videos and building Lego videos for those, like, but I will keep those to strictly to like my Lego playlists, and so you will have the option to pick and choose like what part of my channel you want to follow. It's all creative, and I like I always said, it's and stuff, you know, so I don't really feel I'm going back on my message, but you know, I just always feel my primary focus will always be diamond painting, but you know, I'd like to be able to show you my different areas of my hobbies, and how they all bring joy to me in different ways. So yeah. But yeah, so I might do that soon, because I have quite a few of the modulars actually, because I got a bit obsessed when I first got into Lego, and I bought some of the older ones as well. So I have like I have Parisian, the Parisian restaurant. Sorry, I had the Parisian restaurant. I have the Palace Cinema. I have I think I've got the fire station. I've got the town hall. So yeah, I do have some quite unique sets. I've got the diner, but I bought that from Lego before they discontinued it. But I've got quite a few that are unbuilt, so I do have quite an opportunity to share some content with you over a long period of time. So I might start doing that. At the moment, I've got the boutique hotel and the bookshop to build, so we'll just see. And every year I tend to buy another Christmas one, because that just brings me so much joy. And before I bought a Lego set, I would buy like a Villery & Bosch ornament, and I just get much more joy out of building a Lego set than getting a porcelain or china or whatever ornament, you know. So yeah, so I'm just really looking forward to showing that you all. I think it's just doing these little tiny sets, the Loz sets and the iCooper Mock Hogwarts sets, you know, that's really reignited my love for Lego. I've also got a Book Nook kit for Christmas, which it's like a I think it's a library one, which I can't wait to build, and I think I might do a video for that as well. But me and Sarah might do that. I'm not sure yet how we're going to do it, but we're thinking about how to build it, and then maybe doing a video with it while we do it. But you know, because that's quite cool and interesting, you know. And I think it'd just be cool for you to see how it happens, how you do it, you know, and whether it's something for you or not, you know, and what it involves. I did destash a lot of my model making stuff because I felt that it was overwhelming me and I was never going to do it, and I just wanted someone that was going to do it to do it. But that is where you're actually building everything yourself. You're doing a basic house kit and then you're populating it with furniture yourself, whereas Book Nook kits, everything is done for you. It's very similar to Lego or diamond painting, where it's just you're following instructions. And I do love crafting like that, because sometimes my brain, I just like someone else to tell me what to do, you know, because when you get home from a stressful day at work, you don't want to be figuring out how you're going to do something. You want someone to tell you what to do. And that's what I love about Lego, and that's what I love about diamond painting is, you know, to all intents and purposes, you're following a blueprint of what to do. You don't have to stress about how to do it. And I do love being creative, but there is a time and place in my creativity. Like, I loved designing my tram mats, and I'm absolutely thrilled that they're finally kicking off. So this week, my my group really blew up in a way. You know, everyone started suddenly asking for them, and I hadn't really advertised, you know, them any more strongly. You know, people just suddenly decided. I guess they saw me using them, and people just wanted them. You know, and so I've sold quite a few recently. I mean, not like dozens or anything, but a few. And I'm so pleased, and people are really happy with them. You know, and yeah, and if you don't get the concept, yeah, I will be doing some concept videos, and I will be opening an Etsy store at some point soon, but I'm still in the planning stages of planning my range, you know. So, but like I said, before that happens, there are some quite exclusive ones which I won't be selling again, or very unlikely to be selling again, because I don't know if I can get the fabric again. So that's your chance to get some unique ones. Like for instance, like I said, this solar system one, and the final design actually has a more subtle purple quilting. This is my own personal one. Yeah, those ones I've only got 2 left, and once I sell those 2, I'm unlikely to be able to do them again. But yeah, so just join the group if you want any. It's unfortunately it's not really great if you're working on a drafting table. Though I have got someone that's interested in one, who wants who works on a drafting table, but I think she works on a very shallow tilt. So I think it's like a 30 to maybe a 20, like a 30 degree maximum tilt. So I'm going to put some magnets into her one so that she can keep the mat from, you know, falling down. And I did test it. I put a book. Put a book on at an angle, and I just put the mat on, and then I held it there, and I put like the drill trays. I put the drill trays on it and saw if they moved, and they stayed fairly stable. So I'll probably ask this person that's buying this to just do some testing for me and see how it works out for her. And obviously, that's how we develop the best product, you know. I know that they're probably useless, completely useless to people that work, you know, at a very, very steep angle, you know, like on an easel, for instance. I think you'd really, really struggle, you know, to make that work, you know. So it's not for everyone, but I'm hoping that that I can adapt it, you know, for as many people as possible. But like I said, you know, if you're working on it easily, it's very difficult, you know, and I appreciate how not everyone can work flat, because people have different issues with their backs and everything. I mean, I tend to like lean forward when I'm DPing, you know. But yeah, so but yeah, so I'm just really, really happy with how that is blown up, you know, and you know, and the engagement on the group is doing really well, and people are just talking to each other, engaging, and it's just lovely to see, you know, and it's, yeah, and I just love it. And like I said, it was just so nice that so many people like my WIP and chats, you know, and appreciate them, you know, because it's difficult sometimes when you do videos. You like think, oh, do people actually like that or not? You know, because you get likes, and sometimes you don't get. I don't get the comments sometimes, but I know people appreciate it, because then they talk to me and say, oh yeah, you said this the other day, Jonathan, you know, and that really, really hit a note with me, and I'm thinking, oh, right, yeah, I did, you know, and yeah, so I'm glad that, oh, sorry, I missed one, that I managed to connect with people in that way, and that, after all, is what I do it for, to be honest, you know, I do love the community aspect of diamond painting. Okay, P. just a bit of confetti at this bottom edge now. Okay, I think the other thing I mentioned is my liking watching stuff while diamond painting, and that does often slow me down. I mean, look how fast I'm going today. Not having a screen in front of me, even just talking to you, I think I'm faster. But I do like watching stuff, and I've enjoyed, catching up with Twin Peaks, and I've actually a few episodes from the end of the second season of the original run, so I'm almost there, and I'm still absolutely loving it. It's just such a unique show. I would recommend it to anyone, but it's probably more your thing if you like quirky, unique, unusual, kooky things, I guess. It's just yeah, it's a weird, very unusual show that will not work for everyone. Like, my husband doesn't think he'll like it, because he's like, oh, I don't like weird and kooky things. But, so, yeah. But, yeah, I just, really looking forward to finishing it. And I've actually got the new series, although I've lost it, so I need to find it. But I did think for a second, did I actually buy it or did I imagine buying it? But I have found the email which says I did, so I need to find it in my vast array of stuff in this house. But yeah, and I think there's a prequel film on my original DVD collection which I'll watch as well before I watch the new series. I might watch some of the original makings of, just to see. But yeah, so it's but yeah, it's been a really cool journey. I've really enjoyed watching it, and absolutely love Kyle MacLachlan, who plays Agent Cooper, Dale Cooper. He's just amazing. He's so good. Probably my favourite character and actor in the whole thing. But yeah, absolutely love him. He's just so much personality. But yeah, so there we go. So before I could just say, really, I mean, I had a bit of a difficult week last week. My husband was away for a few days, and yeah, it wasn't easy. And normally I'm okay, but this time it was just a bit more, I don't know, difficult. His mum's been unwell though, and she lives up in Edinburgh, and he just needs to go up to support her, to go to the hospital with appointments and things, so it's fine, I don't mind him doing that at all, it's just obviously you get used to people being there, don't you? And just the company, and I don't think I'd ever cope without being with someone, because I don't cope with loneliness well at all. I don't think anyone does, do they? But yeah, I think I would struggle, but I mean, I have the boys, my cats, but yeah, it's not easy, and it is a big thing, for a lot of people, loneliness, and it is massive thing mentally, for people to cope with. So, and there are lots of services out there to help, like people can call people. My mum actually takes part in one. I think over COVID, she got paired up with an old lady who she still rings once a week, I think, just to check in and check how she is and everything, and that, is very important in preventing loneliness. I think these, support services are really important, and it's like a lot of my patients, suffer. So yeah, so I think there's fantastic things out there, and such nice, well-meaning, community-minded people that, drive those services, because a lot of these are voluntary, so. But yeah, and I think Age UK is introducing ones where people people go into people's homes and help them with basics, you know, pop in once a week just to check they're okay and just do basics such as shopping and stuff and basic errands. And I think that costs money, but not a lot of money, you know, so that is run by volunteers. So I think that's fantastic that we have services like that. But yeah, so it wasn't an easy week for me, but Alan's back now, and we he'll have to go up again, I think, in a couple of months' time. But until then, we're hopefully relaxed, chilled, and just gonna have some nice quality time and space. And yeah, because it's just been busy couple of months really for us. You know, things haven't quite stopped. You know, so I think I'm working next week, and then I've got an annual leave day, I think. An annual leave week, sorry, I think, because I have to use my annual leave up. So I have to figure out how to fill that time. I mean, I do want to, you know, use some of it to develop my tramats. I want to continue working on my novel. But yeah, so it's just all these things really coming together. But just to end with, I think we are going to start watching the Jurassic Park films again. I've managed to persuade my husband to rewatch the first one. We've watched it so many times, but I love it so much. I saw it as a child. I think it was my 10th birthday when it first came out, and I saw it in the cinema again with one of my sisters. I remember it being just as scared and just as amazed and enthralled by how amazing that film is. It's still, to this day, in my top 10 of all films of all time that I've seen, because I just think it's incredible. And something about it, you know. But I will do that, I'll review that in my next one, because we're going to go through all of them, I think, and end up at Dominion, which I enjoyed, but I know not everyone did. But then I do... I'm a bit more lenient, I guess, to films, especially when they give such an amazing nostalgia, you know, which I think that one does. There was a lot of nods to the original film in the latest one, you know, and I know it's not as good, but I still enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the spirit of it, you know, so yeah, so really, really looking forward to getting through all of them. I'm looking forward to Jurassic Park tomorrow night. That'll be our Saturday night film. And just enjoy having a chill. And I think I've been making some bananas go off, you know, so I can make this lovely banana steamed pudding, which in the pressure cooker, which we very rarely do this pudding because it's very unhealthy. But I thought I might treat ourselves, you know, just because, you don't always have to have the reason. But weekend, just have it, doing something nice. Sometimes it's important, for mindfulness and everything. So, yeah. Yeah, this is coming together, isn't it? I must admit, been loving this, but I am really looking forward to getting started on Majestic Ship. I can't wait for that one either. So, yeah. But it's just because it's different colours, isn't it? And just a different kit, and come up in different ways. So, yeah. But anyway. But I think that is probably our time now. Don't know how long this will go. It's about an hour on my timer here. I know I'll cut some stuff out, but there's some stuff before it. So yeah, so I probably should sign off now, just because I think otherwise it will be too long a video. But I've enjoyed catching you up to what's going on. And yeah, plans going forward, I will definitely try and do an unboxing, because I really want to get into Cupboard Kittens and just have a look at the canvas and everything. So I'll try and do that next week. I don't know if it'll be my weekly video or if it'll be or if it'll be an addition to. It might be an addition to. We'll just see how things go, really. Everything's just a bit fluid at the moment. You know, I'm not buying many kits at the moment because I do have quite a lot, but people do keep asking me, are you going to buy more kits? Are you going to buy more kits? And I will. I'll never say no to buying more kits, but I am just very selective about what I buy. I have to absolutely love a kit to buy it. That is my criteria, and you know, I just will not buy something, um, because I like it. I have to love it, and but I am very, very fussy as well. Very, very fussy. So I guess it works in my favour in a way to be making my stash not huge. You know, I mean, I've got about 16, 17 ish in my stash, and I think I've got about two that I've done, and I've got one in progress. So it's not ridiculous, you know. But and when I have other hobbies as well, it works out, you know, that I don't invest too much money on one particular craft to be the detriment to the other, you know. So, but yeah, but there are some ones that I will absolutely, I'll never, you know, say no. Like, I'll never say no to a Spangler house, ever. I don't think. Or castle, even more so. Um, and just anything like fantasy or medieval scenes, you know, that I connect with. Um, yeah, it's just it just depends on the image, really, you know. But yeah, so I really, really hope you like this video. If you did, please consider dropping a like on it, and if you like my content in general, please subscribe for further content. And like I keep saying, you know, just check down below, and I think it'll be popping up at the end of the video in a second for my details to my Facebook group, because you'll get all the latest info, and it's a lovely way to engage with you all. Okay, so as always, bye for now.